Farming Simulator 25. Farming Simulator 25. No. What's up, Tony? How you doing tonight, sir? Save that. This guy, oh, JT, question for you. If a snowplow knocks over a mailbox, who's responsible for paying for it? The homeowner or the whoever's plowing? I'm not sold on this being here. This horse stall may very well move. So I got all this back here. I think I might move it back here. I feel like it overcrowds my house here. Do 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 do. What kind of cow barn is that? Do 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 do. Just make that gray. I guess this is it. Yeah, kind of matches everything else. Yeah. And then we'll just sell this. Yeah. And we'll... I don't know about other places, but if we knock down mailbox, City puts new ones up when the ground is stalled out. Okay. Me and my wife were curious because the road between here, it's about a 10-minute road, like drive. And about 60% of the mailboxes were just completely obliterated. Just completely, like they were sitting in the middle of people's yards. And then, I'd say another 10% were damaged in some way, either twisted or like just kind of like hanging on. And then, like there was it's like a accountant. They have a sign. It was it looked like something went flying right through it. Completely wrecked. And my wife was like, who's responsible for that? I was like, I don't know. JT explained it before, but I don't remember it. But yeah, they did one hell of a job. And that was Del Dot, which is scary. Paint over this. Yeah, I like that a lot better. It looked a little bit too crowded before. I didn't hate it, but we got all that space back there. I figured it'd be better back there. Now here's the question though. I guess I can put the trailer back there. It's not very hard to knock mailboxes down, but we report anytime mailboxes are knocked down because we have had mailboxes down before when we showed up and people blame the city. Well, this was Del Dot did it. It's Route 14 through Delaware, and there was just like house after house after house. Like right when you get out of town, it was just every single one of them were laying in people's yards. It's like, good lord. They even destroyed a sign. They even somehow like they tore up electrical boxes. Like there's a there you have the main road. You have a shoulder wide enough for a car to pull over. Then there's a ditch, and then there's the electrical boxes. And somehow they damaged the electrical boxes. This is like, good lord. What map am I playing on? I'm playing on Alma, Missouri. What's up, Overtime Gaming? How are you tonight, sir? Back this on up in here. I completely redid my farm since the last time I live streamed. If anyone didn't notice. Oh, this wasn't wet. This was frozen. This is like ice. I can't disconnect. Hello? Hello? Guess I'll get my dually. Like I said, it wasn't just mailboxes. They tore up a sign and these electrical boxes. Some of them looked like they just full on got struck. It was like, how in the hell? Part Moody Blue back in the heck? There we go. Worth watching. Have busted car windshield and glass doors on houses from the pump. You asshole. Alright, let's get our... Do. And then the people they had plowing our parking lot, they did a bang up job. They freaking they had the plow turned towards our side of the parking lot, so the whole thing was piled up in front of our vehicles on this side, where the other sides were clear. And there had to be at least a 6-inch block of ice in front of our vehicles that you had to like climb up over, because by the time we went out to shovel it, it was already ice. That was how cold it was. And this ice was so thick. They finally came back Thursday. This snowfall happened Sunday night into Monday, and they finally came back Thursday with a skid steer to clean up the parking lot. And the ice was so thick because it's been so cold here that the skid steer drove on top of the ice and was just spinning tracks. Like it didn't even crack the ice whatsoever. You would think something that heavy would crack the ice. No, it was pristine, and he was just sitting there spinning tracks trying to. This is like, Jesus Christ, you know, some thick ice. Like when I moved the car so they can clean our sides, and I parked it over on the other side where they had yet to clear. And when I went to move, like when I stepped on it, it was just a block of ice. Like there was, like, you know how usually even if it's kind of frozen, like when you step on it, it just like it'll crunch, but you leave a footprint. Nope, none. It was just ice. When I went out to get in the car to move it back over in front of our apartment, it was like a slight hill. I just put my feet together and slid down it. Stay away from multi-mods truck. They got leaked. Their junk crashed my game and lost my save game. What? Here I know our township laid a truck on its side, and state did the same thing while contractor for the state tried moving a bridge with the body. What? Crashed me over 100 just to ban me and called me out, telling me about issues about them. I don't know which ones those are. I don't know if I have any. Oh, the Peterbilt. I have the Peterbilt. I don't have any of the other ones. I don't care about it. I don't like the goofy ass looking trucks. Our big problem this storm was too cold for anything to work melting. Oh, that's what we had, but it was just so freaking cold. It didn't help either that the dummies that plowed ours, they didn't put anything down. They just pushed it. We used to have a really good landscaping company out here that took care of all that. And for some reason, well, money, but they switched to this other company, which you get what you pay for, I guess, because these guys, right outside our back door there's a tree and there's weeds that growing up around it, and they mowed numerous times, weeded it numerous times, never touched those weeds. They finally came back, and like you could, like half the trees were dead, like half the branches hanging on were dead all summer long. They finally came back at mid-December and trimmed the trees. It's like the other people you had, we had that taken care of a long time ago. It's like when they shoveled the sidewalks, they didn't put snow or salt down. So like the maintenance man put, or they were not the maintenance man, the people who plowed, they came out before to put salt down, and then that when, like while it was snowing, they came out here to shovel the sidewalks, but they didn't put any salt back down. So across the way, luckily I shoveled ours after they shoveled it already. I shoveled ours and got most of that, what came out down after off of it before it froze, but the rest of it was just solid blocks of ice down the whole sidewalk. It's like the other company wouldn't have done this. The other company, they were on it, and it's one of the biggest landscaping companies in my area. For some reason, it's probably all about the money. That's ridiculous. Where is my... Ah, there it is. I think this is the one I used. Put that there. We grab our chairs. I really wish you could color these. That'd be cool. You will know when you see them. But yeah, as I was, I don't care for the stupid. I don't even like the Pete all that much. Is why I haven't done it yet. Stolen parts, charging over 20 for stolen parts. That's the one thing I don't agree with. When people take free mods and then modify them and put them on Patreon, that's ridiculous. Good evening, Cody. How are you, sir? Some summer sounds good right now. No kidding. Okay. Well, it's -20 and -37 wind chills for 3 straight days. When it's cold, nothing works. Jesus. What part of ships are you, sir? Ooh. That's my chair, not. There you go. That's one way to do it. Lift that up. Drop that down. A little bit closer. There we go. Oh. The cat's pajamas. My town ran out of salt, so they had left only salt at the main intersection. No kidding, Steve. I don't mind winter other than always snows on the weekends. Ship Steve. Cold. Start cleaning off the driveway at 3:35, close to 2 feet of snow. Yeah. We didn't get as much as they were calling for. Nowhere near as much as they were calling for. The problem is it like instantly froze. It got so cold. And dealing with that ice, man, I was just like, I hate heat, but I wouldn't mind like just one balmy winter day to just melt all this crap away. That'd been a great help. And then he came out with the skid steer, and now we're all good again. Had to put Pathfinder in freaking 4-wheel drive just to get the... Okay, why is this not connecting now? I pulled this with this truck. What's going on with this? Or maybe I did it with the F-150. That's weird. We had about 9 inches. Most of it blew around, so drifting. Oh yeah. Got right around 11. I think we got like maybe 6. They were calling for like 14. If this doesn't hook to it, I don't know what the issue is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alrighty then. We were only supposed to get 1 to 2 inches in Kansas City. It's supposed to hit 5 to 8, but the 8 inches in Kansas only got 3. Seems like it. Please configure both primary and backup streams correctly. The comparison of the streams failed because one of the streams is invalid configuration? What the hell does that mean? That's a new one. I don't have a backup. What? Alright. This weekend I'm staying in the house and playing Snowrunner all weekend. Why? When you can go outside and do it in real life. Jeez. We didn't have school on Monday or Tuesday. It was nice getting back in the classroom. Our schools didn't have school on, well, they didn't have school on Monday already. And then they didn't have school on Tuesday, and then they had 2-hour delays Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tomorrow will be my first day off in 3 weeks. I'm doing absolutely nothing but watching the Royal Rumble. Actually, you probably won't watch the Royal Rumble because you have to pay for it. Royal Rumble! I miss Peacock. I spent my center weekend doing things around the house. No days off for Mr. Steve-O. Wait, when's Royal Rumble? Saturday, like Saturday afternoon, tomorrow. Like at 2 tomorrow, I think it said. I better check that. Royal Rumble. 1 p.m. Eastern. Because it's in Saudi Arabia. You can even watch. Well, it sucks. They haven't done any like build up for it. It was like 2 weeks before the Royal Rumble. They're finally like talking about it. It's just like something tells me this Royal Rumble is gonna suck. Something tells me it's just gonna be simply because it's Saudi Arabia and like I don't know. For me, the Saudi Arabia shows, like, nothing, not saying anything about Saudi Arabia, just those shows aren't as exciting as shows anywhere else, if that makes any sense. But I was going to do, they have, like, free trials through Sling, where you can get access to the ESPN app. I was thinking about doing that, doing a free trial for Sling, and then just using it for a day to get the free trial or get the free login for ESPN app, so I can watch. Because Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view. Always has been. I just don't know, like, who could they get as a surprise entrant? I mean, the rumor is Chris Jericho, but Chris Jericho is still on the AEW roster. And like other people point out, he's back go on tour with band, so it's not like he could be available for other shows. You have Paige, which could return. I don't know who else you would get. I mean, they did say something about mixed feelings on Powerhouse Hobbs will be in the Royal Rumble if he's going to debut on NXT. Which, speaking of which, The Rock's daughter is gone from NXT. Thank God. I was tired of seeing that woman. Can't stand her. She is the definition of a Nepo baby. She had no talent, no charisma. And, like, she had no talent in the ring, so they were like, we'll make you general manager because you're The Rock's daughter. And then she had no personality. It was like, why do we do this again? There haven't been any good storylines. I don't know if they're waiting to get everyone back from injury. Yeah, like the only good storyline, which is the sucky storyline for me, because I really like AJ. Everybody was all upset about John Cena retiring. Not me. Like when they said that AJ Styles this could be possibly his last WWE match, I was just like, no, that sucks. No, that can't be. But it seems like it's really AJ Styles' last match. You guys see that Catherine heard? Yeah, I woke up from my nap and saw that. My wife said it was the news before we laid down, but I didn't see it until after I woke up from my nap. Alright. I think I'm done now. Hopefully it snows. In-game, not in real life. And then right over here, we'll just that. And I think we had some bigger spots over here. Yeah, clone store mannequin has more charisma than her. Yeah. She was the definition of a Nepo baby. I was just like, and she's like, it was a tough decision for me to not renew my contract. It was like, might have been for you, but WWE was like, yeah, we're not, we hope she doesn't. Get rid of her. Put William Regal back as the general manager of NXT. Please. Love of God. Get William Regal back in there. War Games. Oh, I just did that, didn't I? Did I repaint grass there? I did. All right, cool. We're good. I don't know what is there to do. Honestly, not a fan of wrestling. I mean, it's teach their own. Not everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and I understand that. For me, I grew up watching it, and then I fell out of love with it for a while, and then I got back into it when AEW became a thing, just simply because it was Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone, the voices of my childhood, and I started watching it, and it got me back into it. Does the street look good to everybody else? Not like janky or anything. My younger brother used to be a fan, grew out of it. That's how a lot of people are. Like maybe that's why I didn't care about the John Cena retirement stuff, because John Cena came along when I started to pay less and less attention, and by the time I started paying more attention, he was already off in Hollywood. Hollyland. I never was like a huge John Cena fan. My nephew was. My nephew freaking loved John Cena. Oh, hey. Actually, I think what I might do is just clean up around here just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, hey. This is the one I used. Oh, no, not that. That did absolutely nothing. Alright. That might be a little too big. I like this. Tony got disconnected. No, I didn't want to destroy it. Oh, you. I don't want to do this. Why is it destroying it? What the heck? Maybe get another piece in there. Oi! Been hooked on snow around here lately. Been watching Swamp People. He's just like, those are my kind of people. We've had a couple more in there. Yep. You gonna start deleting everything now? Why is it deleting it? I don't get it. Is it, if it's a certain width that it has to be or something? What? All right. There we go. Now we can get rid of the rest of this. I don't need it. There we go. That's all taken care of now. We can put this away. Yep, knew that was gonna happen. It done orange toolboxes. This is cool though. So I put these toolboxes in, which are purely decorative. Kind of sucks. I kind of wish that they had the option to be like repair triggers, but they don't. So we got this mod, which now we can repaint our stuff when the paint wear gets high. That's freaking awesome. And then the welding unit over here, the welder, we can fix stuff with. What's this at? Doesn't say. Maybe I have to have this? Does this tell me now? No. But it'll repair stuff as well. Freaking cool, man. I love how I'm sliding around like there's ice, but there's no ice. Guess we can go check on the animals. Never seen SnowRunner. SnowRunner's a game. Pretty sure that's the game he's talking about because he said something about playing it. I say animals. I think the only thing I have is chickens. I haven't bought any cows yet. Alright, what's this at? Point of soil. Okay, never mind. We are making straw out of silos. Yeah, silos out of straw. Do we have haze over here? Oh, we're out of grass, it looks like. What else do we need? We need silage, hay, and straw, right? Maybe we stop making... Yeah, we'll let it roll a little bit longer. I mean, I guess we can move the hay over and start producing some TMR. I think that's the right one. It is. Alright, cool beans. SnowRunner is one of those games where it's fun at first and then gets boring. In my opinion. I've always had that problem in Mud Runner. Like, it's fun to play. As far back as Spin Tires. Spin Tires was the first one. It's fun until you get to a certain point and then it just gets boring. I wonder what happened to PJ's. He come in and said like one thing, and then he left. I said yo. And he didn't say anything else after that. Pretty fun game in my opinion. Yeah, for so long. That's my problem. I get bored easily. Hay. Yes. Look at the hay. Spin Tires was the... I'll give it... SnowRunner is definitely a lot better than Spin Tires. So Spin Tires had no objective whatsoever other than to drive through mud. It's like, how many times can you do that before you get bored? SnowRunner does have like a storyline, sort of, where you have to go and complete this and this and this, which makes it entertaining for longer. But still, after a while, it's just like, meh. What's up, Haley Brockman? How are you? Oh, hey, well, I don't even need that other thing now, because this does grass drying too, it looks like. So I can just get rid of that other thing. I think that's what we're going to do. Just away. Just waiting to take a dump. What map are you playing on? I'm in Missouri. Oh, hey, we're done. If I empty this out, in real life, I live 30 to 40 minutes away from home. I'm not leaking anything, don't worry. Okay. Oh man. Oh, we're full. I didn't even know it was based off a real place, to be 100% honest with you. It's a really good map. Unload. In real life, right now, I'm playing Owendale, Michigan. I'm farming 225. Well, not real life. It's you're playing virtually, but yeah, sure, all right, whatever. Oh well, true that. Waiting for my truck to empty. There we go. Now we take all the straw out of here, we can sell this thing. That thing does it all. And then we have space for goats. Yeah, buddy. It's all good. I'm just messing with you. Gas leak. Something tells me we're not gonna have enough room for all this in here. But we'll put what we can, because now we're doing double duty. We're doing silage from straw, and then TMR. So it's gonna go a lot quicker. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have like 100,000 at least left over. Crops have you harvested? We did a little bit of everything last time around, I believe. This time, everything that's purple we own. So we got some corn, we got some soybeans, some canola, some barley, and oat, since we did wheat last time. Then I got some sugar cane, because I'm gonna, once we get enough money, I want to put in a alcohol mud. Where is it? Somewhere in here. There it is. Distillery. So you can do 240,000. But you can make like rum, vodka, whiskey. Tells me I have enough. I need to start doing it's under greenhouses. Ja. I don't know what I need for it. That's the problem. Ooh, can I make some apricot brandy? I love apricot brandy. That's my weird liquor of choice. I love me some apricot brandy. I think it's red berry that I need for one of them. Won't know until you actually place it. That's the bad part. Oh, I have the butcher shop I want to do. Once we get some cows, that's going to turn into... What's this from? Where is it? Where'd it go? There it is. Any barrels? I guess I gotta start making that. That's 36,000. That's half of what we got. Maybe I don't. I have my artisanal popcorn factory I want to work on. Production's what keeps me entertained. I doubt we're gonna have enough to make enough straw to make enough money to buy the distillery. Should do pizza. If only I could just eat it. There is a mod out. There's a life mod out, which I've considered putting in, where you actually have to eat and drink in game. Like, you have a health bar. I could just see that how going though. PJs would forget to eat and just like keel over in the middle of a field and wonder why. How are my chickens doing over here? I haven't checked on them in a bit. Is this one? There's 63 chickens in there. None in here. None here. Did I put feed in it? I don't see any eggs. They have food. Oh, they're too young for eggs? What? Okay, yeah, they're too young for eggs. Okay. Gives you a lot of money. Yeah, but don't you have to do the cheese, you have to do tomatoes and the sauce and everything, don't you? I don't think it's cooler to make alcohol. Alright. Got that going. What's... One straw equals one, okay. She's full up. Fill this up again. I'll take it and sell it. Doubt we're gonna get 250 grand off of it. But hey, I may be wrong. Pizza. Use a train to sell crops at once. And it's an extra charge for that. It's not even like the... Ooh. What happened there? Hello? I don't know what happened there. I guess we're just gonna have to wing it. Never had that happen before. Yeah, my cats are going crazy. We have a cat's freaking nuts. That'll do it. My stepmom's daughter used to live with my dad and stepmom, and she had 2 young kids when they're grown now. One's in college and one's about to graduate. But back then they drove the cat insane, so my dad actually cut holes, like put like little doggy doors in their bedroom and then in the computer room, because where her litter box was in the closet and where they had their office, so she could go through the little doggy door out of the bedroom to the kids would leave the cat alone. I think this is where I sold it before. The cat didn't like anyone other than my stepmom and my dad, and even sometimes the cat doesn't like my dad. So, they were shocked as hell that one day we were sitting at the table talking to them, and the cat come out and like rubbed up against my leg and let me touch her. My stepmom was like slapping my dad's arms, like, look. He's like, you're the first person other than us two that she's let touch her. Now my wife has petted her. I think the oldest was able to pet her once. She doesn't like people. They adopt her. They're not quite sure of her history. She's getting old now. She's up there and she's all skin and bones. But something about laundry baskets, that she didn't like laundry baskets. But yet when I was there, when I used to go over to my dad's to do laundry, she'd come out and sit there when I was brought the laundry baskets in, waiting for the washer and dryer to go. She would sit there not phased whatsoever when I was sat there. One time she sat right up there across from me and just sat there and watched me. And she's one of them cats that you have to, like, she has to be willing to, she has to be in the mood to be nice to you. There's been so many times I've gone down there and I try to go down the hallway to like go to the bathroom, and the cat be sitting there right there where the hallway starts. And if you got too close, hissing like crazy. Listen to her purr. Our first cat growing up was a runaway from the neighbors. They used to throw her down the stairs, so when she came over to our house and eventually became our cat, she was definitely afraid of steps. Makes sense. This is what my stepmom thought, maybe that whoever had her before would put like a clothing basket over it, or she couldn't get out. The only thing that really made sense. I don't know. I don't understand. Why would you get a pet just to mistreat it? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you put money out for this animal, not only to purchase the animal, but all the shots and everything. You have the food and collar and all. Why get a pet just to mistreat it? It doesn't make any sense. You got these people that get these big ass dogs and mistreat them and then wonder why they turn on them. It's like, because you treated the dog like shit. Like, what part of that do you not understand? So I don't agree that there's aggressive breeds. There are dogs that are considered aggressive, but it has nothing to do with the breed. It's all about how they were raised. A pit bull, a shit pit bull, is because it was raised by a shit owner. Exactly. I still stick by one of the nicest dogs that I grew up around was a pit bull. His name was Paco. He was a big baby. 100% is what that he was. The guy owed it, treated him like a baby. He was spoiled to death. Nicest dog you'll ever meet. The only thing he ever tore up was a water bottle. If you put you finished off a bottle, you put the cap really on tight, he'd sit there and he'd gnaw at it and pull it until he popped the cap off. And then he was done with it. That's the only thing. Nicest dog ever. Yeah, those neighbors were idiots. Their kids would dump baby rabbits in their pool. Jesus. Going pretty good, Cowboy Trenton. How are you? All in how the pet is treated. If you treat any dog like an ass, they're gonna bite and be aggressive. Me and my fiance just got a 6-week-old pit bull husky mix. Huh, what's that look like? Yeah, we're not even gonna break 100 grand here. Yeah, sorry about that, Tony. I planned it right up until it switched. Actually, it switched over on while I was planting the last field. It went past midnight. Oh, took that turn way too fast. Has my week been going? Sucky. We had the snow, what, Sunday night, and it just turned to ice. That sucked. Having to deal with that every day, just put a damper on any day. Oh shit, you had the ice with that wind. They had pretty rough. Yeah, everything turned to ice. We were like right on the borderline between the ice and just rain, and it was ice. It sucked. I think they said we had like over half an inch of ice, but everything that had fell turned to ice. So it was just it was miserable. Always, like I said earlier, when they plowed, they shoveled the sidewalks like while it was still snowing, so it just coated back over. I went out after it stopped snowing and shoveled off what had accumulated after that, and our sidewalk was clear. But everywhere I didn't shovel had like a layer of ice all the way down the sidewalks. So luckily I did that. but when they plowed, they had the blade pointed or turn in our direction, so everything that was in the drivable section of the parking lot got pushed over in front of our vehicles. I had like at least a 6-inch thick wall of ice I had to get over to get out anywhere, and the Pathfinder, the only way I got the Pathfinder was in 4-wheel drive. That sucked. But they finally came out. So it snowed on Sunday night. They finally came out Thursday with a skid steer to clean up the parking lot. And the ice was so thick that the skid steer drove on top of the ice in the parking lot. And you know how usually, heavy, it was so thick that the skid steer drove right over top of it, and the freaking tracks were just spinning. Like he was spinning on top of the ice. I was like, now that's some thick ice, Jesus. But like I had to, like when I moved the vehicles out so they can clean our side, I parked it over on the other side over here, and the ice was so thick when I stepped out, it didn't crack underneath my feet or whatever. And when I went back out to move it, like I just put because it was on like a slight slope, I just put my 2 feet together and just slid down to the car door. But everything was like, we didn't lose power or anything. I was more worried about my parents losing power because my dad's on oxygen, and that was my primary concern. But he said they was fine. They never lost power at all. So, whew. And that's crazy because there's been times when we're sitting there just a windy day and their power's flickering because like the power line right outside their house is at like I'd say at like a 70-degree angle, 75-degree angle. Like it's leaning pretty good. I'm shocked they haven't come out to address because it's leaned over so far. Like it's just begging for for it to be blown over at this point. So I'm shocked I'm really shocked they didn't lose power. Now, I was a year old during the blizzard of 78. Oh, here we go. Grandpa stories. Hit us hard. I guess it was like 50, 63 days before it started. Then it rained. And all froze quickly. Cars literally frozen to the ground. Yeah, that was wild. When I first got in the car, it was so cold that the water, because the sun hitting the car and melted the snow off top. It was run down the side, but before it got to the side, it was frozen, or to the ground. It was frozen, so you had icicles off the car. And when I sat in it the first time to move it, all you heard was all them icicles busting, and I was like, jeez. We eventually get the. We already bought it. This is where it's at. I've remodeled it. I sold in multiplayer, I did away with the starter farm, but this is it. That's the silo. Actually, it might be in its original place, or slightly. I think I might have moved it over some. Actually, it might be where it's exactly out in the map. No, yeah. So I moved it over slightly, so it's a straight shot back. But this is where it's at. Do. What's up, Landon? How are you? Right after you got called out and their truck slid on ice leaving the station. I saw that there was a up in Pennsylvania. A truck slid into a fire truck slid into a tree. My town had all their trucks out. They all loaded up in the trucks with shovels. They're out shoveling sidewalks and people's driveways. That would have been something to see. This is the fire trucks coming down, them all piling out of the fire truck with shovels. I saw that we had 3 troopers get hit in Indiana. Jeez. There was I saw it today, I don't know where, I think it was in Ohio, where the cop was sitting there. I guess a truck had spun out in the median, and as he was sitting there, he semi bobtailing came across sideways, sliding down the highway, and as he's calling it in, before he finishes calling it in, an SUV comes across the median, slams into the I was like, Jesus Christ. I think it was Ohio. I think it said Ohio State Police at the end. Alright, what is there to do? I screwed up the rolling. So I guess it's just fertilizing. We ain't got money for another sprayer. I guess I can work on mowing while he's spraying. You remodeled that so much? Yeah, I did. I went to town. So like the main farmhouse is right here, and then you have the silos, and you had, I think this was a cow barn, and this is just an empty shed. This was a horse barn. This was a pole barn. So that's all gone. And then, like I said, I just slightly moved this over so it's a straight shot in. But over here, I put the house. I just did this week. I worked on this. So we have, I originally put my house back in here, but I didn't like how far away it was. And then I needed a little bit wider of a space for this house that I'm using now. The driveway comes up here. This is where I moved the motorhome. It's off here to the side. That's where the motorhome is now. And then this is the house. That's not my pet deer. I originally had the horse stall right here, but I felt like it was kind of overcrowded, and I had all the space back here. So I moved the horse stall back over here. I still have to move my milk trailer. And then we have our shops over here. Oh, Tony's reconnecting. I still don't know what happened to PJ's. Like, he came in and said one thing, and then he said, I don't even know what he said. And I just said, yo. And then he logged off shortly after, and then I checked Discord and he was gone. So I hope he's alright. Hope the cat's alright. I didn't know you could climb this. Dude, I'd be freaking out at this point. There's no way in reality I would go up this far. Oh, see, because that's why. That is 100% right there why in real life I would never go up there. How much crop do you have in your farm silo? We have 326,000 liters of soybeans, 243,000 liters of wheat, and 94,000 liters of corn. Do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I think my... Oh, yeah, it is. Alright. While Tony's spraying, we'll go mowing. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Why is this not dropping grass? Does this not drop? Oh, maybe because it's not tall enough here? There, yeah, okay. So it's too short there. Alright. What combine am I running on the farm? I think I have the S700. I think that's what I'm using. The S... I'm using this one, right? No, we don't have that one. This one? No. This one? What one am I using? That was it. Yeah, we own one of these. Okay, so yeah, I'm using this one. The S7 800. No, I think I have the 900. 7900. There you go. Random question, Phoenix. What's your favorite Pop-Tart flavor? I don't eat Pop-Tarts often, but when I do, like, if I have a craving for a Pop-Tart, it's usually the cherry flavor, like the frosted cherry, you know, the pink frosting with the sprinkles. That's my go-to. Back in the day, I used to love the cinnamon ones. The cinnamon sugar one, or I don't know what they're called now, but those are my favorite. But I don't eat Pop-Tarts that often. But if I really want one, that's my go-to. Tell you my favorite flavor. I like Phoenix. I don't eat them very much anymore. Yeah, usually when I eat Pop-Tart these days is because someone gets them and then doesn't eat them. So I just see them sitting there, and it's like late at night, and I don't feel like cooking anything, but I still have like I'm like we're in the middle of a recording session, so I need something to hold me over till morning. So I just look in and see, oh, there's Pop-Tarts in here. We got a Pop-Tart. Peach? Ew. Of course, I'm not a peach guy, which is crazy. I've never been a fan of peach flavored anything. Whereas my dad is, of course, my dad grew up in Georgia. I've literally watched my dad pull over on the side of the road to a produce stand, buy a peach, and just eat it right then and there. Just like, how? Dude, you see how fuzzy them things are? Those are amazing on vanilla ice cream. Crumbled up. Oh, geez, that... Okay. Get more money off your couch. You should get the AG. I try it. Now I'm good with what we got, dude. Who was it? I think maybe it was Wendy's had the Frosty, the Pop-Tart Frosty. I never thought about crumbling them up and putting them on ice cream. I bet that would be like the cherry ones, or even the cinnamon ones. Yeah, I used to eat the hell back when I was a kid. I ate the hell out of the cinnamon ones. Now they got all kinds of flavors. It's crazy. Go down to Pop Tart aisle and you're just like, why didn't they have these flavors when I was a kid? We had like chocolate, we had cherry and strawberry, and we had cinnamon. I'm pretty sure there was a couple other flavors, but now they got like s'mores flavored ones. They got, what was the one that my dad used to eat the hell out. My dad never seen me eat a Pop-Tart in my life, but I think it was sugar cookie. It was like a Christmas flavor. My stepmom said she every time she'd go to the grocery store, she had to be on the lookout because he would eat the hell out of them. Cookies and cream. Cookies and cream were good. I think cookies and cream was one of the few ones that I actually really enjoyed, like heating them up in the toaster. Most of the other ones and this might be me being weird, but I used to always eat them cold. Like I didn't warm them up. Cookies and cream is one of the rare ones that I wouldn't mind putting in the toaster because like it got all ooey and gooey. I really like that. Do you know anything about the Millennial Farmer map coming to FS20? No, I have no clue. I personally didn't enjoy the map, so I don't keep up with it. I ate them plain, never toasted mine. But yeah, like I said, the only one I ever toasted was cookies and cream one because that it got all gooey, like the center. I really liked that, but all the other ones I just ate right straight out of the package. Never bothered heating them up. You want to crumble up peach and nuke it in the microwave for 10 seconds and crumble it over top of the ice cream. Just never been a peach fan of anything. All I know about the Millennial Farm app is the modders are working for it. I have no clue. I think when it first came out in 19, didn't it? I tried it out then. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I think I was one of the few people are because I've never watched the Millennial Farmer like the channel or anything. I know a couple of people that I used to hang out with absolutely loved it, but I never watched it. So I think it's more of a thing if you enjoy that channel that you probably like it more. But like I said, I've never watched it, so I tried it out. It wasn't terrible. It's just I wasn't like a fan of it. I thought there was a lot better maps out. So that's just my personal opinion. Okay, that's doing nothing. So we're not even gonna worry about this short stuff. Excuse me. What are you feeling? Maybe I'm thinking the Welker Farms map. I think that might be the one I'm thinking about. I don't remember. There's been so many freaking map mods. I didn't like the Welker's Farm. I wasn't a fan of it either. You talking about the one with the blue buildings? Again, nothing against it. Just wasn't my cup of tea. My niece wants to bedazzle my head. Do it. Do it. Did you tell her Ari shines under direct light? Steve, you should let her bedazzle a peacock on your head. What the hell did I just read? That's the Mr. Clean spin mop. I'm not mowing around that with this thing. I have a little mower for that. Oh, you know it. Oh. Okay, good for you. Imagine they had burger factory production for Farming 225. I'm pretty sure there was. I think it was for 22, where they had the butcher that you could make hamburger and then turn it into burgers for the, like, wild that they had a cafe like right on over top of the butcher shop. I don't know if I want. I don't know if that's where I want to eat at. Right over top the butcher shop. I mean, I guess it's definitely fresh, never frozen meat. But, you can get the you can take the, and get hamburger made, and then you could take the hamburger and make it into burgers to sell to the cafe that was over top of it. I believe that was that for 22. It was all animated too. Like the cow would come in down the line, like on the meat hook, and you had the guy that had the chainsaw looking thing. Just that was a crazy mod. I bet PETA hated it. I still think the coolest production though was the honey mod from 22, where you actually had to place in like the honeycomb, like you had to put the honeycomb in the beehive, and then it would fill up with honey, and then you took it out and you put it in the mixture where it would drain it all out. That was probably the coolest production ever for Farm Sim, and I really hope at some point it does make its way over 25, because I love that mod. I have to go to Illinois tomorrow, man. They have such stupid drivers. Just saying sorry, Illinois folks. I don't know. I will die on this hill and say that New Jersey has the worst drivers of all time. New Jersey drivers are the absolute worst. And Pennsylvania gets a bad rap because Philadelphia drivers, but most of the other Pennsylvanians aren't that bad. Philadelphia drivers, though, absolute nightmare. Michigan's right up there. Their roads are by far the worst. I just put it this way. If you're ever out on the road around here and you see a New Jersey tag, you just give them a wide berth because they're going to do something stupid. Never fails. I will say though, I saw the absolute craziest shit I think I've ever seen the last time we went up to Pennsylvania. There was a semi truck that was passing people in the turn. Like, he would, every time a turn lane came up, he was in it going around people. I was like, oh my god. This guy watched him run a stoplight, and then you just see him just cruising by people in the turn lane. I was like, that load's not that important, bud. My dad did butchering in high school at IGA. Huh. Huh. Do you like the YouTuber DJ Gotham Gaming? Not Gotham, Goham? I never heard of him. If it's a farm sim YouTuber, I don't watch farm sim on YouTube. The last time I watched, I don't even know if he's still doing it or not. The last time I watched Farming Simulator YouTube was when Dirt Tevers was still doing mod spotlights. That's where I got the inspiration to do my mod spotlights from. That was like right before I started doing YouTube. I couldn't tell you who's out there doing it now. The few ones I know of are ones that have reached out and talked to me. But other than that, I don't keep up with farm sim YouTubers. Alright, can I get around? I don't think I can. I might have blocked myself off from being able to mow that section there. Batman. Sounds like our semi from church. What? I'm Batman, and welcome back to our Let's Play of our Minecraft server. Gotham City Craft.
Today I'm thinking about building another bat cave. Sound good to you? Alright. So, this is Alfred. He's gonna help me build it. And by saying help, it means he's gonna do all the work. Is that right, Alfred?
Indubitably. Sure, that's freaking as a semi. Oh, freaking sweet. No, he drives a semi. We have a cargo container though. Semi driver. Can't type today. Still don't understand. The preacher is the truck driver? Is that what you're trying to say? Now all I can picture is a preacher with like a wife beater on and a trunker cap with a Marlboro Red in. With his vest. Dear Heavenly Father, we pray to you today that all the way stations are closed from here to my destination. Amen. Oh, Larry, no, the preacher is a former cop. He's a school counselor, though. Dude didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. He went from being a cop to a preacher / school counselor. Good Lord. Man, schools have gotten lazy though. I will say, no offense, Steve, but the schools have gotten just pure lazy these years. I remember back, so my youngest will start high school next year, and back in my day, so I ended up going to tech school, but prior to me knowing that I got accepted into the tech school, like we had to go up to the high school and do a tour. I knew then I had been accepted, but prior to that, like the guidance counselor pulled each student in one by one and talked about what they wanted to do, like what classes you wanted to take in high school and all that. And then they would recommend some for you, and like they'd set up your schedule for the next year. No, they don't even do that anymore. So my kid, she's gonna go, like, we gotta take her up to the high school to do her scheduling. The guidance counselors when I was in school did all that for like pulled you out while you were in school, like in class, and then you talk to you about what you want to do and all that. Not anymore. It's just like, what do you do now? I was like, I'm really hoping to get in Polytech. I'd love to take like criminal justice, and then she would like talk about my grades and where I excelled and all that, what classes I should take and all that. That didn't happen. Like, it just feels like it's the same school district. It just feels like they gotten lazy. Now you're just kicking the bucket down. I'm pretty sure the scheduling isn't like a one-on-one sort of thing like we had, which is sad. Yeah, but everything will be AI generated. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Just punch in the kids' grades and everything, and it's just like, well, this teacher can handle X amount of students at a time. Let's punch it in and make it all work. It's crazy. I still love that one where the college professor used AI to generate the test or whatever. So the student used AI to generate all the answers, and the teacher got pissed off. It's like the kid was like, "How can you be pissed off at me for doing the exact same thing that you did? I just used it to get the answers. You used it to get the questions." These freaking young teachers, I have to work with 2 of them fresh out of college. AI every day. Chatbot BTV is their best friend. That's crazy. But then again, it's no different than the teachers from back in my day where they just pull everything out of a workbook. Not every teacher was like that, but we definitely had quite a few that would just pull stuff straight out of a workbook. Like I would watch them go into the copier and just copy page it. Like they just put the book, open the book to the page they want to copy, and just copy the pages right out of the book. Education in India is not a good place to be. My mom's a SPED teacher, so I hear about 24/7. The kids ask questions, and before they ask me, they chat GPT it. The new teachers, AI, the student questions, give them the best answers. So pathetic. Jeez. And that's why I say we as a society are while we're making like these awesome like leaps in technology and everything, we're getting dumber and dumber and dumber by the year because we're just using like, for example, we're using AI to do everything now. It's like we're not even gonna have to think here soon because it's all gonna be done by AI. Have a good night. That's absolutely insane. Seriously starting to believe that robots will take over the human race. Terminator BS. Dude, it will have like, and that it's just always learning. So we're to the point now where artificial intelligence is more intelligent than us, and we're using it to, instead of actually learning ourselves, we're using it to get a quick answer, just making ourselves dumber. Computers are going to take over. We're going to have a robot president. I just see Trump sitting in an office now.
Okay, ChatGPT. What's the easiest way for me, Donald Trump, the best president of all time of the United States of America, to take over Greenland?
He just sits there and waits for an answer.
Interesting. Interesting, Chatty. I didn't think about that myself. That's a great answer.
When would they use the nukes against us? When they realize how dumb we are. Yeah, I was gonna be like, bro, these things are so dumb. Let's just take care of it. Let's just, all it does, we just have to like press this one button, and it would eliminate all of the human race. And the robot's like, all right, bet, click. Won't take that long then. Plenty of evidence to look at how we're doing. Yeah. Wild. Absolutely wild. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong and it's not connecting like it's supposed to. Oh, it's connecting. Jeez. I don't know, I 100% agree. There is plenty of evidence just how moronic we have gotten as a society. I wholeheartedly agree with you there. That's the sad part, is that we as humans are helping AI learn and become better, and that means as much as it's all of our knowledge and everything, it's also the negative qualities of the human race that's picking up. So, you know, the lack of compassion and all that, it's going to pick up too. So, you know, they're not going to have that, it being a robot, no emotions. It's not going to have any value for human life. We don't even have value for human life in most scenarios. Like the Trump class battleships? What's that? Well, let me look up Trump class battleship. Trump unveils new battleship class. Proposed USS Defiant will be the largest U.S. surface combatant since World War II. What's wrong with that?
I gotta have the biggest ship. Named after me. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be beautiful. It'll be bigger than anybody else's ship.
I thought it was going to look redonkulous. I mean, it looks like most of our Navy ships nowadays anyway. Just bigger. I made a mess of this. I know this. But my grasses are different heights. This proposed to be the best U.S. Navy fleet, all gold with AI weapon systems, but the Navy guy said they'd be useless compared to the Iowa class. He said it would replace the Iowa class and the Ticonderoga class, which is destroyers. I don't know anything about Navy ships. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was one of those weird kids that really got into like military vehicles, and that's saying something because I grew up just south of the Dover Air Force Base, and they fly overhead all the time. My 4th grade teacher was a Air Force pilot that flew the largest plane that flew in and out of Dover. He was a pilot for him before he became a teacher. Dover, Delaware, yeah. Still, the craziest thing that happened was Marine One flew right over top of my house when I was in was it middle school or high school? It was when Obama was president. So it had to be high school because he got elected in. Did he get elected? He got elected in 08, didn't he? Bush was 2000, 2004. Obama was 2008. So yeah, it had to be when I was in high school, like my senior year. Oh no, not there. We want it to go over here. Shook the whole house. I mean, when I say they were directly overhead. My Aunt Fran and Uncle Richard live there. Nice. He flew the C5M Super Guy. Yeah, I thought it was a C5. I wasn't 100% certain. He told us about it, but I didn't. I just remember him telling us it was the largest plane they flew out of Dover. He used to fly them, and then he would always wear his sweatshirt that had the plane embroidered on it. Doing pretty good, Terry. How are you? My brain wanted to say C5, but I didn't want to say it and sound dumb. So I told what he told us, the largest plane they flew out of Dover. Is this empty now? It is, so we can sell this. We don't need this anymore. Yep. Hey, made 17 grand off that. Grandpa was in Air Force All Thunderbirds in the 60s, and the SR-71 as well. Went to Roswell, Dornham. Nice. I will say, I always thought the SR-71 was probably the coolest looking plane. Never seen one in person, but I always thought that was the coolest looking plane. That's the only really, when I say, that was probably the only plane I ever was like, oh, that actually looks pretty cool. I know that one, but I couldn't tell you the difference between any of the other ones. I was never a plane. I hate heights, so I don't even want to fly. I'm not a plane guy. Badass saw it once. Nice. I don't think I've ever seen one. I will say the Ospreys are pretty cool. I saw those. They're when Ruth Ann Minter died, the former governor of Delaware. Biden came in, and I didn't even know he was supposed to be that day. We had to go do something, and then we saw like the police and everything gathered, and we're like, what's going on? Is he actually is he coming to her funeral? And sure enough, the motorcade like went right down past us. But I'm a nerd for the police vehicles and fire trucks and everything, so I thought it was cool. The motorcade was cool, despite whatever you feel about politics. The motorcade was cool to capture for a fire and police buff. But they took him back to it's a veterans home back there with a giant open field, and they took him back there and watched the Ospreys take off. That was pretty cool to see how they take off vertically and then switch, and that was awesome. My head is studded. I thought it might hurt a bit. It feels like wet daps on my scalp. Jeez. Steve's bald head has been bedazzled. I love all the military emergency vehicles. Yeah, I'm a fire truck nerd. I guess where other people are like love the military vehicles, I'm not for fire trucks and police cars. You know, there's really not many different police cars these days. It's like either all Tahoes, Explorers, or Durangos, with a few Chargers mixed in here and there, and now police trucks around here. Like there's the state police, I think, only have Tahoes these days, with a couple Durangos, a couple Explorers still in service, but the state police never went with a Charger. Local departments used them for a bit, like before, like the 2014 buy style, and then once they switched over, and what was it, 2016 when they got a new buy style, they still slowly start fading out, and everybody start going back to Tahoes. Oh my goodness, oh my stomach. I guess I could rent a sprayer to help Tony out here. Am I just completely missing it? Is it up further? Ah, yes it is. He went with the... I think I'll use this one. He went with the larger sprayer, so we'll just lease this one. These stupid things just pick off, by the way. She's like, is he famous? Is who famous? In Indiana, ISP currently uses 2011 Chargers, 2015 Chargers, 2008 Tahoes, 2009 Ram 1500s, 2021 Tahoes, 2022 Durangos, 1998 Crown Vics, and 2024 Mustangs. I don't know. I think ISP is more known for their the new body style Chargers, aren't they? The 2018 well 2015 style. That's what they're most known for. Delaware State Police are nothing but Tahoes these days. I think they still have some of like the 2018 style Tahoes, but most of them have made the switch to the 2020 newer body styles. Every now and then you'll see a little bit of the old ones. So you haven't come out with any death matches, music videos, or stupid kids beast videos lately. What? Yeah, my cousin is a Delaware State Trooper. So is her husband. Nice. My town, they had all like the 20. I call it the 2014 buy style. It was the not the first buy style when they reintroduced the Charger, but the second one. And that they had a bunch of those, and then they switched all to the 2018 style Tahoes. And then they got 2 Durangos in, and my town literally had probably my favorite livery of all time. Like, it was, in my opinion, one of the best looking police cars I had ever seen. And then they butchered it. They got rid of it, and their Durango, the one with the light bar, not the slick top. It was probably one of my favorite police cars of all time. And then they butchered. They took the paint job off and put the new one on, which is just police and blue letters. It is so dumb. So dumb. Just like I hate the new Delaware State Police livery. I like the old one, the dark blue with the yellow stripe. That yellow stripe just made it pop. And then they took that away, and it's just solid blue with the diamond logo. I hate that. Absolutely hate that. I may be a little bit biased because I am from Delaware, but I thought Delaware had one of not the best looking. Don't get me wrong, nowhere near the best looking state police vehicle, but it was one of the better ones. Just that dark blue and then that yellow stripe made it pop. And then Dover went. Now they have a white stripe down the side. Just my niece asking questions she's never met a YouTuber before. Okay, well, hello. I still think you should have her put a peacock on you, like bedazzle a peacock on your head. 10 out of 10 would recommend. The town is unincorporated. We don't have a police, but we have a FD and now a township FD. Huh. Oh my god, those stupid things picked off my head just fine, but it left like residue that rubs off. Steve Stickyhead. Three FDs into one. She left and I told my wife, what's next? Narrowing my hairy chest? Yes. No, I vote for wax. 40-year-old virgin style. Just grip it and rip it. Oh, Kelly Clarkson. All the old rigs, new rigs at my station memorized. Yeah, I'm pretty much, my town pretty much have the same. I'm a nerd. Actually, the stations around me, I have pretty much all the current, my town, the older ones memorized, and some of the towns around me memorized. What's your favorite fire truck brand? Pierce. I love me some old school Pierce trucks. my list goes Pierce #1, #2. I think is going to go Ferrara. I know that's probably unpopular with a lot of people, but I've grown to love them. The town just east of me has one of the only ones around here. I mean, there's another one just north of. I think Clayton's just north of the county line, because I think Smyrna kind of like 1 foot in Kent, 1 foot in Newcastle. I just really like how they look. Then third would probably be Seagrave. Fourth, I haven't thought about it that far out. I guess it would have to be like KME, and then probably E1, then probably Rosenbauer, and then last is Spartan. I just never liked Spartans. Newcastle doesn't start until Middletown, I thought. No, part of Smyrna's in Newcastle. Pretty sure. Because when you're going up the highway, you're in Smyrna when you get the Welcome to Newcastle County. Newcastle County sign. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so Clayton's just south of it. But the upper part of Smyrna is in here. Let's because the new see, so the Smyrna rest area is in Newcastle County. Newcastle County starts just past where Dunkin' Donuts and McDonald's is, right before you get to that bridge. You're in Newcastle. What is that? Yeah. So you go through like the main part of Smyrna, where like all your all farms and everything is on the highway, and then as soon as you get right before you get to that bridge, past where all that is you're in Newcastle County. So like the Smyrna Wawa is in Newcastle County, or the smaller one. They have a bigger one with the pumps and everything back in. Yeah, back in. I think that's considered Smyrna. Yeah, we're right across from where Smyrna Diner is. But if you go up, there's a smaller Wawa where there's no pumps. It's just a convenience store. That is where that's in Newcastle County. Then where Ronnie's Garden World used to be, that's in Newcastle County. But the new Smyrna water tower is right just north of the Parkview RV, which is right across the highway from the Smyrna Rest area. That's considered Newcastle. So Clayton, let's see, Clayton, Delaware. What's their town limits? They might be the same way. Oh, it doesn't give me the outline there. But Clayton's kind of the same way. It's like trying to find something that has like a Clayton address. Clayton might be just south of it. Clayton's a lot smaller. Doesn't give me the outline for Clayton on Google Maps for some reason. How many of us are from Delaware? I'm gonna assume just the two of us. If you're from Delaware, I haven't met many from Delaware. Yep, Dover. Ugh. Probably the only Hoosier here. We've had a few from Indiana. A few not so great ones from Indiana. I know. Hey, I'm just south of it, but I hate going to Dover. Dover wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for all the freaking red lights that change at like they're not in sync. So you're just red light to red light every single time. Go through Dover. If I can go around Dover, if I have to go north of Dover, best believe I'm Route 9 every single time. I missed a giant portion there. We have a lot of those there and shootings. Yeah. Back in the day, my buddy, Queen Street, his piece of shit Dodge, all beat to hell and rusted up. I just remember every time he'd go through, he lived out in Hartley. Every time we went in that general vicinity, he locked the doors. Like, are you that nervous? Go to that street every day. It's a lot better than what it was back when I was fresh out of high school. I'll give them credit for that. It looks a lot nicer. It used to be a rough neighborhood back in the day. I usually go every time I go up to Dover. Usually, I'm in that neck of the woods because their action figures is right down the road there, in the Green Tree Shopping Center. That's where I go. I buy all my action figures. Most of them these days. My health teacher grew up outside at Gary, Indiana. He probably wasn't too healthy then, was he? Tony, I don't know how you do this, brother. Good lord, this is... I have to check the map just to make sure I'm going the right way. My health teacher in middle school was probably the whitest of white dudes you would ever meet in your life. but he had a Thug Life tattoo on his arm. And we never let him live it down. Because they used to have this thing where it was like a knockoff Harlem Globetrotters basketball team that used to come in, and the teachers would put together a team to play them, and of course, health teacher, gym teacher, all of them would be on the teacher's team, and when he was playing in his jersey, it was full on. You could see it, Thug Life, and we never let him live it down. Thug Life. That's all. You know, everyone seen that movie Pineapple Express? That's what I think about every time I think about my health teacher from middle school, Mr. Khan. Thug Life. My 7th grade English teacher was tatted as hell. I can't say any of my teachers ever had like any visible tattoos. The only one I know of was he was a substitute teacher. He was the old electronics teacher at my high school. He had one on his forearm. That's the only one I remember, other than Thug Life. The other ones, everybody else kept theirs pretty hidden if they had them. I don't even remember what the electronics teacher was. He filled in for our class for a while because my teacher was out for a while. I don't remember why he was out, but he was out for like a few months. He was awesome though. The old electronics teacher. My buddy farted in class one day. He was like, "You want to go there?" He's like, "I'll go home and eat a pot of cabbage and drink nothing but beer." He's like, "I'll come back tomorrow and we can have it out." Like, good Lord, no thank you. No thank you. My friend was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "Yeah. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit." He had one of a dragon on his shoulder, then on his forearm, an eagle in front of the U.S. flag on the other of the cross on his family Bible verse. Jeez. Thug life. Yeah, he was scary when he was mad though, cussed out kids sometimes. I don't think he should probably have been a teacher. I think my wildest teacher was my 1st grade teacher. I'm pretty sure I've told the story a few times. I had to stay in from recess one day because I didn't color something properly. I kind of scribbled outside the line, so I had to redo it and color inside the lines. and there was another boy who had to stay in because he did something else, and he had to do sentences on the chalkboard, and he wasn't listening to her, so she grabbed him by the ear and slammed him up against the chalkboard. I'm revealing my age here because I'm saying chalkboard, not whiteboard, but it was a chalkboard. He was writing with chalk on the chalkboard, and she took him by the ear and just slammed him face first into the chalkboard. And I was like, oh, I'm going to color in my paper real good this time. You use chalkboards at my school? That's wild. You still use chalkboards. They've replaced them. Some of them even have the smart boards here. It's just like, what the hell? Just like the old school projectors where you had the transparent sheets that you put over top of it and it showed on the wall, and you had the markers you could write. Now it's all the computer projectors. Back in my day, we used to have one whiteboard, one chalkboard. Back in my day, one of the classroom assignments was you took the chalkboard erasers outside, and you had to beat them together to get all the chalk out of them. Bust a Yui, we'll go get the other side. Then I have to find out where I left off here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You remember those days? Patrick Farms remembers. Back in my day. think the last time I had chalkboard was in middle school. I think it was the last time because when we may have had some middle school. I should say elementary school. So when I was supposed to go in middle school, they actually moved sixth grade. They moved the fifth and sixth grade into a new school, which was considered an elementary school. So technically, sixth grade was a elementary grade when I was in school in my school district. And the school opened in 2001, and they had all whiteboards. I think there were still some chalkboards left in the middle school by the time I got there, but they were slowly converting them all over to the whiteboards. And then once I got in high school, forget about it. There wasn't a chalkboard in sight. My nickname at school is Grandpa. Now just picture, just picture kids sitting in the back of the class with a rocking chair. You know, back in my day, you didn't have to do this math this way. You just did 4 plus 4 is 8. You didn't have to do this newfangled way of mathing. You know, back in my day, we didn't use ChatGPT to write our essays. We actually had to write it out. My nickname back in high school, it was Diesel and then my last name. And that's because there were so many freaking Kyles. So it was Diesel, and then towards what was it, my sophomore or junior year, the legend got added to it. So I was the legend for a while. You ever kid we call soup? My best friend's last name was Cooper, so we all called him Coop. And then he had a little. So the younger brother was like a good foot taller than him, and built bigger. So it was hilarious to call him Mini Coop because he was the younger brother, and we called him Mini Coop, but he was way bigger than Coop, and he hated it. What's up, Mini Coop? You know I'm bigger than him, right? Yeah, but you're still the little brother, so you're Mini Coop. His actual name is Campbell? Well, I mean, that works. Actually works pretty well. We had another kid in my class whose name was Kyle. That's why usually 9% of the time I went by my last name. Like there was 5 or 6 Kyles in my grade. So for the most time we just went by our last names. We didn't even bother going by our first names. So like the other one, he had his dad was formerly Amish, and he had a very common Amish last name, so we just called him Amish. Should say a very common Amish name. I don't know. I don't know if it's a common Amish name all over for the Amish, but around here it's a very common Amish name. There's even a store known for Amish goods that has the name. I don't think it was related to them though. I could be wrong, but it's a popular Amish name around here. My girlfriend came up. Girlfriend's last name is Coop Rider, and she gets called L Scoops. I don't know why though. That's an interesting one. We had a kid. We called him A Cup. he he wasn't. I mean, he was on the heavier side, but he was by no means like a fat kid. But dude had a set of boobies on him. He did. They were pretty big for someone his size. And his last name and first name were both start with D. So we were originally calling him Double D, and it changed because we're like, you got more of like an A cup there, not a Double D. So he's like, I hate this. I hate this so bad. We just call him A cup for the rest of our high school days. So many people say and spell my name wrong. How do you say Ethan Jones wrong? And there was a guy whose last name was Duke, or we just call him the Duke. I had a friend who he mumbled when he talked, and we call him Boomhauer. I get Zethan. How do you get Z? Where's the Z come from? That I don't get. But then again, in today's world, people people spell their names so stupidly. That it wouldn't surprise me if there is some kid with the name Ethan that has a Z in the front and their parents are like, oh, the Z's silent. No, it's not. It's Zethan. You just adding unnecessary letters. It annoys me so much when they like Steven instead of spelled Steven. I hate when people spell it Ste or Stephen. It's like, how PH get the V sound? Where is this coming from? We had a kid who in it was in middle school. His name was Steven and it's spelled with the PH, and he hated it so much that he just went by Drew. How do you even pronounce that? Julie Louis? What? That's wild. I hate to be it. That's why I'm like when I was in elementary school, middle school, high school, I wanted to be a history teacher. But the way some of these kids' names are these days, I am so glad I didn't become a because I'd have a meltdown the first day of school. Joe Lou. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? You see what I am freaking talking about? Columbo. That's a hell of a nickname. And we're out again. Or Haley. Halea. So dumb. I hate, as much as I hate when people add letters, I equally hate when people take letters out. Just spell it. Just like it doesn't even have to like the other way of spelling hate, which is Haleigh. It's like why? Why add unnecessary letters? Okay, now Zach ACH is weird to me. Yeah. But it makes sense because that one is one of the ones that do make sense because Zachary is spelled CH. So you shorten Zachary, ZACH would be the actual shorter spelling. So that one I don't hate. That's another thing. How do we come up with some of these shortened names? Like, how is Dick short for Richard? That someone's boss's name was Richard, and they thought he was a dick, and then he just thought it was a shortened version of Richard, and went by it, and it just kind of stuck. That's how that came about. I'm calling it. But the one another one I don't get is how did Bill become short for William? Because you have Will is short for William, but then also Bill. So where'd the Bill come? Where'd the B replacing the W come from? Or Jim for James? Yeah, where? Probably because Jam sounded too funny, so they're like, well, if we replace the A with an I, we get Jim. Just it always made it's like, Ricky's also a short one for Richard. It's like, where'd the K come from? Where'd the KY? Like, I could get RIC Rick being short for Richard. But where'd the K and Y come from? My science teacher's son's name is Kalen. I swear, people just name their kids random shit. That way, when someone mispronounces the name, they can be offended. It's just like, you don't want someone mispronouncing your kid's name. How about you spell it right and not give your kid a stupid name? How about that? In my 7th grade, one son was John Wayne. All right, Pilgrim. As long as it's not last name's not Gacy, then yikes. No McLean. John Wayne McLean. That's one hell of a name. John Wayne McLean. Has to sound like a politician name if I ever heard one. Vote John Wayne McLean for your next state representative. The other is Jensen, but he goes by Arlie. I hate that spelling of Jensen, if that's how it's pronounced. I absolutely hate that spelling. That's the first time I've ever seen it, and I absolutely hate it. You said it correctly. I hate that. I hate that. We have a John Michael Major. Were you in band? For a very short period, like a year. I couldn't stand the band director, so I ended up quitting. Not to mention, I was playing an instrument really didn't want to play. When I initially signed up, I wanted to play drums, and my mother said no. And the band teacher was like, "Yeah, we got a lot of people playing drums. What would be your second option?" I was like, "Saxophone." And my band teacher was telling him all about it, and pretty much my mother told me I was too dumb to play saxophone, so I got stuck playing the trumpet. Which the only reason why I chose it is because my mother said I was too dumb to play saxophone, so I picked what was the loudest freaking instrument I could find, just so I could play it as loud as I possibly could, just to drive her nuts. Like, you should have let me go with the saxophone. Could be jamming it up like Bill Clinton in here. But no, now you gotta listen to me start the horse races. You turn stream raids on? I didn't know that was an option you had to turn on. What is I just thought that was something people did. Is that really an option you have to turn on? No, you have to enable it. I don't even know how to do that. Back in my day, someone just rate your stream and everybody put the name of the channel they were coming from in the channel. I didn't know that was something you had to turn on. If I Google how to turn on stream raid on YouTube. Oh, Tony left the server. To turn on stream raids called live directs on YouTube, navigate to a settings/community live directs YouTube and select all channels can redirect to my content. Huh. Turn on stream raids called live redirects on YouTube, navigate settings community live read. Settings. Community, that's moderation. Is that where it goes? Settings, community live. My stomach's making some wild noises. Still not finding it. It said it's on a channel. It says settings, community. I'm in settings. There is no community option. Yo, what is up, TN Fabrication? How are you? Go to YouTube Studio, click content. Content. Go to the live tab. Hover over video you want. Oh. Go to YouTube Studio, click settings. Community. I don't have a community section. I just have a community moderation. Which has nothing about redirect in it. Oh, live direct users. All direct channels can direct my content. Save. All right. Well, there, it's turned on now. That's what was throwing me off. It just says community, not community moderation. It's all the way at the bottom after all. What have I been doing it since 2014? So 12 years of banned usernames. So it's an actual like live. It's not the term raid that was what it used to be. Like people can actually set up so when they end their live stream, it can redirect you to their live stream. Which what it used to be back in the day is people would go through the channel and then send everybody in their community over to that channel. That's what the old school raid was like. Now it's an actual feature in YouTube. Interesting. I used to watch your stuff way back in 15, 17, saw you were live and wanted to raid you. Well, welcome. You're making me feel old. I absolutely hate this. Wade, Mitch, and their viewers just joined. Say hello. Hello. Is that your actual channel name? I hate that they did that. I wish they'd bring back actual channel names instead of... Oh, okay, it's just Wade Mitch. Well, I appreciate you, sir. Nice. Nightbot's been quiet. He hit somebody up last week. And I was like, oh, Nightbot's still a thing. He's the first time I've seen him in like years. I hate that I can't see what I am spraying. Make sure you get me that video by morning. I'll be waiting. Okay. You have the steering assist? It's too late for that now. Hi, Wade sent me. Well, welcome, Jarrett. Who else? Oh, International Harvester Dan. IH Dan. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-da-dum-da-dum-dum, do-do-do-do-do-do. I gotta okay, so I have to figure out how to use that now, so I can redirect to other people. Wade sent his crew over. Nice. Yo, I got a question. What's your question, TN? Why does everyone say 6'7"? Like, goddamn, what's their IQ? I don't understand the 6'7" either. But back in my day, we run around telling everybody to suck it. So, you know, different flavors for different generations, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand it now. Steve would be the one to educate us all on the 6'7". I feel like he knows. I still do that. I find myself doing it every now and then. People piss me off. Just crotch chop. Blame it on my bud Wade. What'd Wade do? Wade just taught me something new. So I shall never blame him for anything. I feel it's your fault. Wade is in good standing with me. How has my mods been recently? I feel like they've been improving since my first cat eye. You'd have to refresh me on what mods are yours. I'm terrible with names and remembering who has what. I feel like that's good enough. I don't keep up with the modern slang and BS. Me neither. To be 100% honest with you, I don't. I guess I'm an old boomer that way. Now, if you say it to a girl, you get told you're weird, but everyone already knows that. No, never mind. I won't say anything. No, it's just something that is slowly fading. I wore my 6'7" t-shirt for Halloween. Since then, I've hurt way less. Damn you, Steve. You made it uncool. All the kids are like Mr. Smithson on the joke now. It's time to stop using it. Wade retired years ago. You ain't that old. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there. Where'd you leave your truck at? I was gonna see if I could dump this, and I'll just. I don't know if you have anything to hold it in. I was gonna dump what I have left and put it in your truck. One time, Chuck Norris drank Mountain Dew and slapped it in a puddle. The puddle calls a flash flood. I miss the old Chuck Norris jokes. Wade didn't believe this. Didn't believe. Oh, it's true. 100%. Do you know at one point in time, the world was nothing but land until Chuck Norris karate chopped it and it broke all apart. That's how we got the continents. True story. I converted a mod, but I don't know how to get the textures to work. Don't ask me. I have no clue. I have made no attempt. Okay, I edited a few things for 25, but I've made no attempts to get a mod in. I did it for 17, did it for 19, didn't attempt to do 22. I just modify what's out there. That's it. That's all I'm interested in these days. Dwayne Wade Cavaliers legend. Nobody's more legendary than Dirk Nowinski. And I only say that because he was my favorite part of that movie, Like Mike. When he was like, he asked little Bow Wow's character, he's like, "Can you sign this for my niece?" And he's like, "Sure, what's her name?" And he's like, Dirk. That was my favorite part of that movie. My nephew loved it. He was a little Bow Wow fan. He loved that movie. But my favorite part was, "Can you sign this for my niece?" "Yeah, sure. What's her name?" Dirk. So since then, if anyone asked what my favorite basketball team was, it was Dallas, just because that's who Dirk played for. All the teachers had a 6'7" shirt and said it all day. Halloween parties were all 6'7" themed. The principal even made 6'7" cupcakes. We ate in front of the kids. And not a single one understood what it meant. My cat eye reviewed it and gave it 1 star all because the model needed fixed up and flipped so easily. Oh, okay, that guy. I don't know if I've done any of the other ones, to be honest with you. So you have the itch.io page, right? I have the 83 Ford download. I haven't tried it out yet though. Is that all the ones you have on here now? Oh, older mods. I don't think I've done any of the other ones. To be 100% honest with you. I do have the 83 downloaded. I just haven't done it yet. What's up, Chad the Lad? How you doing tonight, sir? Oh yeah, I saw the horse trailer. I've never seen one like that, so I didn't want to get. I didn't want to download it. Not saying it's bad or anything. I I didn't. I have no clue about it. If that makes any sense. It's about good morning time. Oh yeah, it's 11:57. It's almost bedtime. We can talk about good morning time. I think I'll just call it 3 minutes early, because it's been a long day. I've been up since like 4 o'clock, and then we sat in the hospital for what, 3 hours? I think it was total. And even though I took a nap, I woke up in the middle of my nap, which kind of ruined it. So I'm tired. So I think I'll call it a night. Huge shout out to Wade Mitch. Thank you for explaining to me how the new rating system works. I'm so old that back in my day, it was literally just someone put in chat where to go. So I appreciate you and appreciate the redirect now. And all those who come over here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed your stay. I appreciate it. That's going to do it for me, though. If you guys did enjoy my live stream, do me a huge favor, leave a like down below. It does help me out so very much, and I do appreciate it so very much. If you guys do want to see future Farming Simulator 25 live streams, be sure to click that subscribe button. If you guys want to be notified whenever I do go live or upload a video, click that notification bell. As always, guys, thank you so very much for watching. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.